One of the biggest downsides to not being able to gather in Orlando for the annual PGA Merchandise Show is that I didn't get to see my friends from Footjoy in person and actually walk through their display and put my hands on the newest and the latest and greatest. So we're going to do it the best way we can, which is virtually, by welcoming in Keith Duffy from the world of Footjoy. And we've been proud partners with them for, I think, four or 5 years now. And so, Keith, I missed seeing everybody in Florida, but hopefully all is well with in your world there in the Boston area.
We're surviving best we can and making the most of it, and we're thankful that the golf business is in the place that it is, and it seems to have done well and come through and been healthy through and gotten healthier throughout the process. So anytime that happens for the game of golf, good thing. But unfortunately, we'd love to roll back the clock to even just a year and experience going through the show and seeing old friends and seeing all the fun and exciting new product from all the manufacturers.
Now, I know that 2020 was very strong for basically all of the game of golf and everything connected to it. Was that also the case for footwear?
Yeah, footwear did great. So you're in the media and connected, and I'm sure you've read and seen all the articles about how equipment manufacturers have done pretty well. It was a good year for footwear as well. I think we had a lot of great new products that we launched last year with Pro SL Carbon, Tour X. Very exciting new products. They did very well. There's a lot of excitement, a lot of exciting products from the competition as well. And like I said, consumers had the opportunity to maybe spend a little bit more time on the golf course and maybe pay a little bit more and invest in their equipment. So that was a positive, I think, for us.
So there is competition. I never knew that in every category of the game. I'm always curious as to how everybody gets along. So, for instance, we're partners with Callaway, but out in Carlsbad, in the same Commerce Park where they're located, if you walk around the corner, there's TaylorMade.
Yeah.
And they're literally just a few buildings apart from each other. What is it like in the world of shoes? Because your competition, Footjoy is all about golf. Your competition is generally about golf and a number of other sports. So.
Sure.
What's it like in that world? Is there a healthy respect in a fraternity, or is it I want to kill those guys like Michigan, Ohio State want to kill each other?
Golf is a competitive sport, just like hockey or football, and we're a competitive brand as well, and we want to win in the space in which we compete. But competition is a good thing. I think it pushes everybody to be better, be more. Be smarter and more efficient about the way that they do things. And then from, on our end, it's really about driving golf specific innovation. And I think a lot of that is, bubbles to the surface. I think certainly when you look at the footwear that we launched last year, and then especially this year with the launch of the all new Premier Series and Hyperflex, I think we really want to take a position where we lead through innovation. Like you said, everything that we do is designed and developed for the game of golf. So all the technologies that we do innovate and bring to the market are designed specifically for the game.
I want to get into this Premier Series. This looks fascinating. I've been looking at some of the samples online, and I cannot wait to get them on my feet here. Can you talk about what inspired this look? I just think it's so classic.
It is classic, and we've seen a trend. We pay attention to what's going on outside of golf, even though everything that we do is golf. We've seen a trend in footwear in general, just towards more classically inspired silhouettes, but with a modern twist. And certainly we have a very long history in the space of designing and providing innovative and performing product with a classic look and feel to them. But this was a space where we might not have invested in heavily in the last few years. We've seen great footwear category like Pro SL really take off, and we've really helped, I think, establish the performance spikeless space. And we've got a very unique design silo that we follow with Pro SL and other products like Tour X, and with the all new Premier Series, we wanted to take all the innovation and in everything we've learned from manufacturing efficiencies and processes and new materials and technologies, and really bring that modern twist of technology and align it with a classic silhouette like Premier Series. Big challenge for us is when we look at the pyramid of influence, which is so important to us, and how much we invest in the space of professional golf and the PGA Tour, really specifically, if we're talking to a U.S. audience. We have more players on the PGA Tour wearing Footjoy than any other brand. And when we look at what the majority of the guys out there were wearing, Pro SL was the #1 shoe on tour. We had a really large segment of guys still wearing the MyJoy's Icon or Dry Joy's Tour. And we looked at those categories and the amount of players that we had wearing shoes with a classic inspiration. We said, what if we took the best of both worlds from those products and infused that with, a nice new modern look and feel, and inject that with all the great technologies that we've been designing, developing.
The level of innovation, I think, is often overlooked in the world of footwear. We pay attention to it when a new driver comes out, when a new golf ball comes out. We're all over the putter faces and all of those different components that go into the clubs. Can you speak a bit to the innovation, sort of the behind the scenes rocket science side of how footwear is designed? Because I know firsthand that it is every bit as dependent on AI and on intelligence and on data analysis as any other part of the game's development.
We do benefit from a great innovation team. A lot of the decisions that we make in the development space are data driven. We've got a tremendous amount of experience that we can rely upon, but we do have a tremendous amount of data and testing that our product goes through. Every single product, regardless of where it sits in the range and at what price, goes through the same level of testing. We've seen virtually every shoe in our line end up being worn by somebody on the PGA Tour. So everything that we design and develop, we figure at some point is going to make its way onto tour. So it has to provide a certain level of performance, and certainly from a quality perspective, I think we're a brand that's synonymous with providing a high level of quality as well. So quality research, performance research goes into it. We've got a great lab in Brockton, Massachusetts. We have a lot of different universities that we partner with as well from a research standpoint, not only on the performance side of things, but from how a product is going to work, on the golf course as well. We're very sensitive to in our traction research, how it's going to perform. Are we going to provide the right level of traction for the player for all surfaces? Because a shoe that we design and develop in Brockton, Massachusetts is worn and played in the deserts of Arizona, in plush conditions like we have here in the Northeast and like you have in Michigan. So varying levels of condition across the globe that the shoes need to perform on as well. So tremendous amount of research as it relates to how the shoe interacts with the turf, the level of performance and stability that we're designing and developing and engineering into that particular category. Another great innovation and fit technology that we've designed and developed for this year is the all-new Hyperflex BOA with the rapid closure system. I mean, that was a great project to work on. I go back, I think it was 2017. We had an off-site meeting, rented a house with the team from BOA. So we had all the brilliant minds from BOA and all the brilliant minds from footwear design and development. I got to tag along. They let me show up and contribute a little bit. But we talked about utilizing BOA and keeping the player in mind and what things could we solve for here. So with the all new rapid fit system on Hyperflex, we've got a great asymmetrical closure system that wraps more or less a shroud over your foot and brings your foot and connects you closer to closer to the midsole. So I think you're going to be better connected to this line of footwear than with other systems that are out there in the market. And us having the benefit of exclusivity with the heel mount on our BOA system just really, I think, puts us in a great competitive space. And the product looks pretty awesome too.
Yeah. I love the BOA system. I think most of the shoes that I wear have that in them. Thanks much for the overview, and I wish we were doing it in a place where it was 83 degrees and sunny, but we'll take Zoom if we have to.
Absolutely. And just encourage everybody to get out there on the golf course, play as much as you can, enjoy this great game, and hopefully you do it in an all new pair of Premier Series or Hyperflex.
All right. Thanks, Keith. Much appreciated.